Ciao, I'm Mario, a Swiss car guy on YouTube, and today I'm standing in my workshop because my Lexus is on the lift, as is unmistakable. The Lexus is on the lift because it has developed a clunk in the front end, I think. And so now I'm trying to have a look and trying to find that clunk because, I mean, a few years ago, I think it's probably already around 5 years ago, I replaced all the front suspension links. So they should be all fine, but still I have a clunk at low speeds over bumps and stuff in the front left. And I thought, well, I'd take you along on the journey to find the clunk on the Lexus. And also, I want to show you the car from underneath, because now I have this lift, so I can show you the car from underneath, even though this is the maximum the lift will go up. It will go a bit higher, but this is the lowest of the safety latches where the lift should rest on. And as you can see, yeah, I have to crouch underneath the car, but that's what you get. At least it's better than having no lift. But I want to show you what the car looks from underneath, because remember, this car has 270, I think 3,000 kilometers, and it's been driven year-round in the Swiss winters. Even now it's extremely dirty. It's full of salt everywhere, and I just want you to have a look what this car looks underneath. What does a almost 17 years old Lexus LS600 look from underneath? A car that has not really been babied, that has been driven daily in all weathers and all seasons. So let's go have a look, and maybe we can even find the source of the clunk. Let's start from the back, where we find this car's first problems. The tailpipes have almost completely rusted off. This one is the slightly better one. This one is the really bad one. It's basically just the tailpipe, so I reckon maybe it can be welded on, even though I don't know how to weld and I wouldn't probably do it myself. But the rest of the box seems actually okay, so I don't know. It's just the tailpipe, which is really bad. But let's continue down the length of the car. Back here, I don't know. Oh look, there's something really rusty. What about it is? Looks like a hydraulic line or something. It's maybe something that goes around it. So there is, of course, rust, because this is a car that's been driven all year, but it's not rusted through. It's just flaky surface rust. Even here on the differential is a bit rusty, but a differential will never rust through, I reckon. So what else do we have? Let's check out the rear suspension. The rear suspension, yes. Ah, this actually looks in fairly good condition, but I'd never replaced any of the links here. To be honest, this stuff, visually it looks good. I think I will later come in with a crowbar and look at it a bit more in detail. But let's follow here. The exhaust pipes, yes, they are a bit rusty, but no holes. And these are like silencers here. Then we have an H pipe. Then we have what looks like cats, but maybe it's just silencers, or it's post lambda cats, I don't know. I have no idea, I'm not a mechanic. Then here we have some more exhaust thingy. I think this is pretty obviously a lambda sound, but yeah, which means that up here is the actual catalyst. So the catalysts are up here. But all in all, I think this car looks pretty good from underneath, considering the age, the mileage, and the fact that it's not been a garage queen. Even here we have, this looks good. There is maybe a tiniest bit of seepage from the automatic transmission, but no, not really. No oil anywhere. This car is dry. If it was like a German or Italian car, I'd be worried if there's any oil in it. But this car is dry. Even here, the engine oil, dry. suspension arms. These are the suspension parts I changed 5 years ago, and actually they look worse than the one in the rear, but I mean, the rubbers all look good. I will check for movement later, but I don't know. So, more car. Again, all here is a little shield, some connectors. I don't know what they do. Yeah. I don't know, there's not much to see. But what I find good is there are no oil leaks, none. There is, I think, very little rust, just surface rust. Nothing is rusted through, which, given the way I've used the car and previous owner used the cars, I think is pretty good. I am, however, wondering, shouldn't there be something here? A cover or so? Kind of looks like there should be a cover, especially since there is a bracket here. I will have to look up whether this should have had a cover here. Maybe it doesn't need it, but maybe it does. Oh, is this a water drain? Is this a water drain? No, I don't know what this is. Maybe it is a water drain. Oh look, and this is flaky and rusty, but not rusted through, just surface rust, not rusted through. Okay. Here we have a chunk missing because this fell off once while I was driving, and then it got basically ground up against the floor. I put it back up, but I also bought an entire new fender liner. Just this part of the front I didn't replace because I didn't know it didn't come with a fender liner. The whole fender liner here is new. I replaced it myself with an aftermarket one because I was too cheap to buy the proper ones. But anyway, the car is really dirty, and maybe you can even see some salt. Maybe not here. Maybe you can, maybe you can see salt over here. Yeah, you see here in the lug nut holes, there is a bit of salt. And also along the side of the car, it's all salty, 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 and very dirty. But so this is the car from underneath. Now let's see if we find where the clunk comes from. Okay, let's see whether we can work out. With a pry bar, let's pry on everything and see if we see excessive movement. Nope, not excessive. This doesn't move at all. The sway bar link, nah, these are fine. The sway bar itself, well, it does move, but it moves only a little because it has these links and it works. It works nice. Let's see further up. Okay, I cannot see further up, and neither can you. I mean, this moves, but I think this might be supposed to move. But the boot is intact, nothing is broken. What about here? No movement. No movement, everything looks really good. I don't get it. Because I think front left is where the clunk is from. Let's try this. Well, this moves, but this moves quite a lot, but I don't know if it's normal or not. This bushing here moves a lot. Let's see the other side where that moves the same amount. You don't see it, but I see it. Yeah, the other side moves the same amount, and it doesn't make noise, so I think it's all good. These are the arms for the sensors. I had new ride height sensors put in the summer, so these are fine. And of course, they wouldn't make a clunking noise. That's weird. So underneath the car, everything is fine, which it should be, since these were replaced very recently. I can also have a look at the sway bar bushings. Silent blocks, I think they are called. These here, and they look fine. In fact, yeah, nothing moves. They are fine. What do we see in the back? Nah, that looks good. This looks good. Nah, this is all solid. These bushings all look fantastic. Let's take the one at the top. Now, looks great. Looks great. There is a bit of surface rust, yes, but all in all, this stuff looks all good. Let's see the top bushings maybe. Nothing moves, no movement whatsoever. Let's try the other side as well. The rear is good. Even the sway bar link, no. It's all good. It's all good. Well, if it isn't here in the lower part, I suspect it might be on the upper part of the suspension, because when I replaced the front suspension component, I cheaped out on the top two suspension arms, because those were available from a third party and not from OEM Lexus, and I bought them from Fairvest, and I reckon maybe the lower, cheaper quality may now come back to haunt me, because they were like, for 4 links for the front, they were $300, whereas the OEM Toyota would have been $1,000 on Amayama and maybe even more on the main dealer. So let's lower the car and let's check the upper suspension links, because from down here I can't really get to it. I also tried wiggling the wheels and everything. I can't feel anything. So let's lower the car. Then we can pull the safety release, which is up here, of course. And then we can lower it gently. Ooh, that's fucking scary. I'll now raise it again because I want to be able to access the top suspension. Back down to that was not what I wanted to do. Hey, why doesn't it stop anymore? Go back up and stay on the... I only hear it on the other side. The safety latches are not engaging anymore. Why? I don't understand it. Now, I think this is where I want it. Good, finally. I mean, this lift, maybe it needs a service. It's a bit sketchy because the safeties would not to disengage. And anyway, let's have a look at the suspension. So here we have the top suspension links. These up here that I suspect might be the culprits. So let's try and manhandle them. But they look great, actually. The boot looks okay. Nothing is torn, as far as I can say. Nothing moves. Why would it clunk? Anyway, let's get the tire iron or the pry bar or whatever you want to call it, and let's go prying. Because this looks good. Of course, nothing moves. It moves a bit, but it doesn't make noise. Now this is good. Oh, sorry, camera. Didn't intend to bump you. They move, but they don't make noise. And what about these? Looks really good. No noise, no movement. Sorry for bumping the camera. This all feels all right. I don't understand it. So the clunk does not come from here. Where does it come from? Here? Don't think so. The air suspension? I don't think so. The air suspension is not supposed to clunk. So, checking the other side just to be sure. Okay, this stumped me. I find nothing wrong with this. I don't get it. Let's get the Lexus back onto the ground because I can't find anything wrong with it. But I'm also not a mechanic, so. Down. This car is so dirty. All the way down. I don't get it. What is the problem? All right. So we had a look underneath the car, we had a look at the suspension components, and I couldn't find what is wrong with the car, but the clunk is definitely present. Maybe you have an idea what it might be. Please write in the comments down below what you think it might be, and then maybe in a future video we can tackle this and try to solve it. But yeah, I'm already happy I managed to lift a car up without doing any damage and without killing myself. But it's like baby steps, one thing at a time. But this is all for this very short video that I made today, just in order to have a bit of content, even though it's probably really boring. And also I'm not the car wizard, so I cannot tell you what everything is underneath the car. But I thought I'd just show you the underneath of the car. It's very dirty. It's kind of a daily driver Lexus LS600h with 273,000 kilometers, and I think the underneath of the car looks very good. There is a bit of surface rust in places, but this is a car that gets driven all year round, and in my case it's mostly driven in winter because in the summer I have other cars I can drive, whereas my Trans Am, my Cayman and even my Cadillac of course do not have winter tires and therefore are not very well suited for winter. Whereas the Lexus is a beast in winter and in bad weather with its four-wheel drive, its nice heft that it's got, and decent tires on decent wheels that I managed to put on, yes. But this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Like this video if you liked it, comment down below if you know what it could be, and subscribe to the channel if you want to be up to date on this old car and maybe a few others. Follow me on Instagram at SwissCarGuy, and maybe share this video with people in your life who have absolutely nothing going on, so they would rather watch this video maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye. So let's see if we can hear the clunking. Didn't do it. Of course, now that I want to record it doesn't clunk. It doesn't do it. But I'm not crazy. Maybe it was colder when it did it.